My dear Kenzie J, I need you to hear this because one day someone will look you in the eye and tell you that you can't do something or that you are not good enough. They'll say you're not ready. They'll say it's impossible. They'll say people like you don't make it that far. And when that moment comes, I want you to remember this message. Never let anyone decide your future for you. Not your friends, critics, not your doubters, not the people who are afraid of your potential. Because the truth is, but some people will try to keep you from being great, not because you can't do it, Sid, but because they never believed they could. Kenzie J, determination is powerful. When you decide that you are going to learn, when you decide that you are going to build something, when you decide that you will keep going even when things are hard, that is when your life changes. One of the biggest keys in life is learning how to create opportunities and resources for yourself, no matter what other people do. Understanding money, understanding ownership, understanding how to build something that belongs to you, because when you have resources, you gain freedom. Freedom is doing what you want to on your own timeline. Freedom to choose your path. Freedom to help your family, freedom to create the life you imagine. And history shows us why determination matters so much. There's a project called the 1619 Project. It talks about the year 1619 when enslaved Africans were first brought to what would become the United States. For generations after that moment, laws and systems tried to prevent Black people from learning, owning property, building wealth, or controlling their own future. People were told they were less than, they were told what they could and could not become. But despite everything, generation after generation kept rising. They built businesses, they created culture, they fought for education, they changed the world. That determination is part of the legacy you come from. Did you know that you are related to an African prince on your mother's side of the family? When Abdul Rahman was captured and sold into slavery, he was purchased by Thomas Foster, a plantation owner near Natchez, Mississippi. Under the system of slavery, Abdul Rahman became property of the Foster family and was forced to live and work on their plantation. So, how was life under the Fosters? Because Abdul Rahman was highly educated and intelligent, Thomas Foster eventually put him in a position of responsibility, sometimes as an overseer. He married Isabella, another enslaved person on the plantation, and had children there. You might be asking, what happened after Foster's death? When Thomas Foster died, the enslaved people on his plantation, including Abdul Rahman's family members, were divided among his heirs. Some of Abdul Rahman's children remained connected to Foster descendants in Mississippi, and over time, some were transferred or sold to other plantations, including those in Louisiana, St. Mary Parish. This is why you sometimes see Abdul Rahman's bloodline linked to Foster descendants, not by biology, but because his children were enslaved under the Foster estate and inherited by their heirs. Remember, this is your heritage. Your great-great-grandmother's daddy, Charles Foster, was the sixth generation kin to Abdul Rahman's. Abdul Rahman himself was never a Foster by family, only enslaved by them. He was a prince. His children and descendants, however, became tied to the Foster family holdings through the legal system of slavery, which distributed enslaved people as property among heirs. He was stolen from Africa and brought to United States to be treated as property for money. He is tied to the Foster family because they enslaved him and his family, and their estate shaped where his children ended up, including connections to St. Mary Parish, Louisiana. Kenzie J, you come from people who survived things that were designed to break them. So never shrink your dreams. Never lower your standards, and never allow someone else's fear to become your limits. If a door closes, build another one. If someone says you can't, show them you can. Stay focused, stay disciplined, stay determined. You are strong and have broad shoulders. The world is your oyster. Refuse to be mediocre and never stop being yourself, because one day someone is going to look at your life and say, "How did you do it?" And the answer will be simple. You refuse to let anyone tell you who you were supposed to be, and that is how you live a good life despite the problems in the world.